you get to this point, and you hear Gab as you got this detect magic going or whatever. You're looking for the unseen, the unknown, and whatever else. You feel something at your feet for a moment, and then as you look down, you see a tripwire.
Oh,
and
dear.
You guys can all make me except for Suyvs because you're not in the hallway. You guys can make me dexterity saving throws.
Did she trip it?
Luke, yeah,
yeah.
Gabba tripped it.
Oh.
I'm gonna die, guys.
16.
And you think I stay in the back, especially because she's a sorcerer. She's not that chunky.
You got 16, Luka. Red.
11.
Okay, you did not dodge.
Nope.
And Gabba.
Well, I tried a different die and I got a nat 1.
Oh no!
We return to the adventuring party.
Okay.
Sneak around. Sneak.
Okay, they're coming.
Run away. Run away.
That's the first time I've just like had fun with a match in a long time.
Where we left off last time is you guys had traveled the many-day journey from the town of Mistwood to go to the ruins of Blackthorn Keep, which was recently discovered by a band of adventurers who were helping out a nearby town from some raiders who were holed up here, and they took the raiders out. And while they were here, discovered a secret entranceway into the lower dungeons of the keep itself, and that's where you are. You've gotten through 3 rooms of the keep. The last room you were in was the armory of sorts, where you found that sword and the sarcophagus that was there. Or not the sarcophagus, but the pedestal or something that the sword was on. I keep forgetting. But that's who you were. And then, of course, you decided to take a long rest in that room to recover from your ailments. So you are starting afresh, shall we say.
God.
Do this.
I just looked at my character sheet and went, ooh, please.
Like, yeah, it might be a bad thing to do that. So you just make sure I've got everything here that we need. And, yep, there we go. And we got those and those and those. Yeah, okay. So we are good. Now, when you came in, you came down, you went off to the right, you discovered another room, you came down here, and right now there is this corridor. Let me bring up my version of the map. It is over here. There's a door. You have not done anything with this part of the hallway as of yet, and a door at the end of the hall. So that is where you are currently right now. What are you guys doing?
Well, shall we go explore the other doorway at the end of the corridor?
That is fine with me. After you.
Okay,
Red,
who is...
do you think you could check first and see if there's any traps before the door or at the door?
Sure, I can take a look.
All right, so you are going out into the hallway, and you're here at this point. So are you searching that 15 feet between there and the door for anything?
Yes, please. Yeah, because we came from above. So.
Okay. Well, first of all, you do notice that the walls kind of reflect any kind of light, like this stretch of hall. Just kind of reflect little bits of light that might be given off. If you're giving off torchlight or whatever, it's there. They're also slick with condensation. The walls themselves are a little bit. That's what you do notice at that point. So roll your with your passive perception. You don't find anything, but you can roll me an investigation check.
I would love to, because my passive perception is terrible. Although my perception
Luka's passive perception is pretty good.
Oh dear. So that is a mighty 4.
Yeah, you don't
roll fire tonight, guys.
You don't notice any traps?
Nope, I sure don't. It looks fine to me.
So who's
Again,
behind
after you.
Red?
Sorry, what?
Who's behind Red?
I said again after you, so she stays back. No, she stays back.
Well,
Okay, are you going to
She's
stay
last.
back in this room?
Yep. She's staying back until everyone else goes that way. She's last.
Okay, so who's behind Red?
Luka or Gabba. I don't. Whatever you prefer.
well,
Gabba.
Gabba is finishing up what she did when everyone woke up. She's kind of made kind of a breakfast for everyone, and since we're on the move, she's got it like packed up as it to go. So if allowed, with the chef feat, when finishing a long rest, you can cook a number of treats for up to 4 people, plus your proficiency. These treats last 8 hours and give temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus.
That's neat.
Ooh.
So Gabba's got a little meal for everyone.
Is it 3? Your proficiency bonus 3 yet, or?
I'm
I
level
believe so.
5. So what's my proficiency
Should be
bonus at
3.
level
I think
5?
that's 3.
Yeah, so plus 3 temporary hit points to anyone who.
Plus 3 temporary.
Yep.
Okay, and then
Plus-
Suyvs, you're going to be following up the rear.
Yep.
Okay, so Red, are you going to move forward?
Yes. Cautiously.
Stay right up to the door. So you get to about here,
Uh-huh.
and you guys are following behind.
How much do I die?
You're looking at the door, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's kind of catching your attention at the moment. The door is just basically looks like woven vines that are still alive and slowly shifting, cutting through, slowly shifting around and cutting over each other and intertwining.
Yeah.
It's just like almost like a living door that you're looking at. However, as you're focused on that, you hear a click above.
Sorry, say that
And
again?
you hear a click above you. And as you look up, the stone slab swings down, just like a flap. And you need to, you need to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
It's not safe. It's not safe. It's not safe.
That is why I don't go fast.
What do we get here? 6. 13.
13. You do not make it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, had some temporary hit points.
You'll take 15 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Ooh, baby.
Now, because he failed his saving throw, you are moved back. Luka, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ow!
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Good. Oops, sorry.
Okay, so you managed to avoid this concrete or this stone slab swinging up back into the ceiling, almost like it had rotated in on itself, just doing a whap to Red. And you managed to catch Red in the process and stop him from going back any further, setting his correction on his foothold, and you don't take any damage. So you're good. So you do manage Red to get to the door.
Hey, all right.
So, what was it that happened? I'm not quite sure I understood.
The ceiling
So
slab
the ceiling
swung
tilted
down
like this.
And whacked him. Okay.
Yeah.
and whacked him like a pivot, like a wheel. Just boom.
Weird. Okay.
Ow! Hey guys, it's not safe.
Are you sure you're good at this?
I mean, normally.
Did you feel anything shift under your foot when it came down? So we'll avoid that spot if you did.
Oh, I don't know. Did I?
No, you didn't. You didn't even notice what it was or what triggered it. But you do know that you were 5 feet back when you heard a click.
Okay.
So it might have been something you stepped on.
I will mention that to the rest of the party to watch their footing because I stepped on something.
Might have been just before itself.
Just be
Luka
careful.
would wait just before where he was when he heard that click. So hopefully not stepping on whatever.
Yeah, there seems to be nothing else happening. It's like it's been triggered already once. Doesn't seem like
Okay.
it's resetting or repeating or anything else.
That's fair.
All right.
So this door of what looks like living vines has a handle on it.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The door looks like it's made of living vines,
Mm.
and it does have a handle on it.
I feel like the vines are going to grab you.
Yeah, can I do like a closer inspection of the door
You sure can.
to see if there's like a safe way to grab it without being grabbed by the door? Which is not something I normally say.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, sure. Oh, this will be fun. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're in dice jail now. 5.
Yeah, I mean, they look like just harmless living vines.
I need a different dice. I'll mention that to the rest of the party. Hey, does anybody want to try this door? Because I got to tell you, I'm not feeling great.
Let's see. Do I have anything?
I mean, as far as I know, you just reach out and grab the handle, but
I could use lightning lure and open it, but I don't know if you guys want to be in the way.
Probably not a good idea in a corridor.
True.
Hey, I could have just done it. I warned you, so at least I didn't do it without warning you.
Yes, thank you for that.
Do I have anything here? Hold on a second. Let's look at this stuff. What do I have here? What do I have? Do I have anything? Do I have anything? Do I have anything? I don't have anything.
I really don't have any.
If anybody wants, do you guys want me to just try to open up the door?
We'll do our best to save you if it goes wrong.
You got hit by that thing. Maybe one of us should.
That's true, because you did take a bunch of damage.
I will not argue with you on that.
It's just
Okay, someone else
plants.
want to do it? Go ahead.
Well, Gabba, you're good with plants and animals, right?
That's
Maybe
true.
you should
Gabba reluctantly
Gabba, you wanna
approaches
try
the
it?
door.
reluctantly approach the door.
Basically,
Yeah,
Gabba
because we
and
also
Red.
let you do the
Okay.
sword last time, so I think you don't trust us anymore.
So, Gabby, you
Luka
reach out and
stands
grab the handle.
ready to help
And you
with
pull.
anything.
Nothing. And you push. Nothing. The vines just continue to kind of move, but the door just doesn't seem to be. Kind of looking at it again. Make an insight check, Gabba, as you're pulling and pushing on this handle.
Actually, she's very tempted to try to just walk through the vines as if it's a bead curtain or something.
It's not a bad idea.
Insight 7.
Yeah,
That
You have
dice
no
is
clue.
being moved.
yeah. If you, I mean, you might be able to walk through the vines.
Yeah, she'll try to walk through the vines.
Wait,
Okay.
Gabba, wait. Luka would say, why don't you all just kind of step back and I'll Eldritch Blast the vines?
It's not an enemy, it's a door.
I know,
Emily,
but
well,
the vines might be blocking the door, and we have to
Gabba,
get by
don't you
them.
talk to plants?
Talk to aminals, not plants. Vines,
okay.
please move. Gabba wants to go through.
The vines are moving. The vines are moving all the time. Like they're constantly.
Yeah, she'll try to push through.
Make me an athletics check.
An athletics check. Oh boy, different die. Athletics. Oh, that should be. Come on. 9.
If there's a door handle, we know there's a door in there somewhere.
That's a 9.
Oh, man.
You actually,
What is
it's kind
wrong
of
with
weird.
you?
You start to move the vines aside, and they are moving aside. And for one moment, you catch a glimpse of inside of a room. And then the vines move back again, and you just can't quite. You're not quite strong enough to squeeze your way through. But you now realize this isn't really a door. It's just a barrier.
Oh.
What are you guys doing?
Well,
I could
perhaps
just
my
burn
idea
it.
to to Eldritch Blast through.
Yeah.
I will step back out of the way.
Okay, so everybody steps to the side, and Luka, you let loose an Eldritch Blast. You can mark it off your spell slot there.
It's just a cantrip.
Or
I was going to say, I
cantrip.
think it's a cantrip, isn't it?
So you blast the door, and one of the vines withers. And you see little bits and pieces of the inside the room. Looks like it
Does
might
it
be
grow?
easier to get. Looks like
Does
it might
it
be easier to
regrow?
get through now.
Does it grow
It's not
back?
regrowing. Nope.
Okay.
Just one of the vines. So you try to
So-
push through again, Gabba. What's your make another athletic check?
Okay, a different die. Be nice to me.
Don't worry, it's a lower DC this time.
It's a little better. 7 plus 13.
All right. You slip through the vines and into the room.
Hey.
That worked. Thank you.
Should we all just try to push through?
Sure.
Gabba will help.
I
She'll
can
help
try.
pull
Can't
lines.
guarantee I'm as strong.
Okay, so Gabba's going to help. So you guys can all make a. You need to make an athletics with advantage because Gabba's helping. You need to make an athletics check at DC 11.
I did
With
a 20.
advantage, right?
With advantage, yeah.
Oh, my
Didn't need
God.
the advantage. I did a 20, dirty 20.
Okay, that's better. Whew, 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 whew.
Assuming Red's in
That could have been
and
bad.
Suyvs.
I'm working on it. Hang on.
I rolled a dirty 20, but I also rolled a natural 1, so thank God for advantage.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the athletics part. Yeah, I thought so. 7 with advantage.
With advantage, you're having a hell of a time getting through this door. She's not pulling. She's not going
Vines
through.
don't-
Look you.
They're really thick and heavy vines.
Pretend like you're swimming through water.
This is not water. I would know.
So you're going to be making another check,
Yo.
Suyvs, in a moment. But while the three of you are in the room, this vast chamber before you has grand pillars that line the hall. Their surfaces are cracked and weathered with age. Dust swirls in the dim light, filtering through fractured stone, revealing faded murals stretching along the walls depicting long-forgotten battles, armored warriors clashing with monstrous foes beneath a sigil worn away by time. At the south end of the hall, a raised dais stands, once a place of honor, now littered with debris. The air here is unnaturally still, as if waiting for something to stir. The echoes of your footsteps coming in carry further than they should, and an unsettling sense of presence lingers, as if unseen eyes are watching you from the shadows. 2 doors are in the room, a reinforced iron-bound door to the north, what looks like a heavy locked door to the south, decorated with runes faintly pulsing with dormant energy. And then, of course, this vine barrier coming into the room that you're trying to get Suyvs through. So this is what you see. So, I mean, there's murals, there's a dais, there's that lingering presence in the room that you kind of feel. You're not quite sure what it is. Suyvs, what's your next roll getting in?
Can I use my dagger to cut away at some of the vines?
Yep.
Hopefully it'll help a little bit.
So it'll lower the DC again. So you still need to make
okay.
make another roll, Suyvs, with advantage because you're being helped.
I got a dirty 20 this
Hey,
time.
Okay, you are now in the room at this point. Okay, a little bit further in. So
Seems
the
like something's watching
dais
us.
is down here, just so you guys are aware. This is where the dais is, and the murals and that are along the walls.
Let's see. What would be a better idea? I'll look at the dais if someone wants to look at something else.
Okay.
See if I can figure it out.
I'm going to check out some of the
Please, sir.
murals.
Okay, so you're looking at some of the murals on the wall. Got it?
Yeah. Sorry, while I'm doing that though, like as I'm making my way over, can I like look around at the floor and the walls to make sure there's no like switches or extra dust spots or
Yep.
anything?
Yep, you're looking for anything that might trigger a trap or
Yeah,
something.
you know, gotta be careful.
Yep. Yep, that's understandable. Yeah, but what were you headed off to do?
Not terribly helpful. She's just with this room, knowing of this Blackthorn Keep. She's paused, knowing how busy the Roaring Fox can get. She's imagining the Blackthorn Knights meeting in here and gathering and what kinds of tales they had. And so she's trying to envision the past, and is just soaking in the ruins. So not really contributing.
So you'd
much,
be
but
looking at the dyads, you'd be looking at the murals,
Yeah,
you're just
that's a
looking
good way
at
to put
the whole picture.
yeah.
Okay, Luka.
Luka will very carefully trek straight northward towards that door, just looking at the walls and the tapestries and watching her
So
footing.
you're looking at murals as well as you go. Well, we'll start off with the murals. Those that are looking at it. So Red and Luka, and of course Gabby, you're noticing these as well. You have a choice of making a history check or an arcana check.
Well, I'm not great at either of those. It doesn't really matter.
Just because.
Yep. I rolled a dirty 1.
Ooh, ouch.
It's not a natural one. But I have
They're pretty pictures, Red. They're pretty pictures.
Ooh.
They depict legendary conflict where the Knights of Blackthorn stood against ancient horrors.
That's cool. I bet they used paint.
Luka?
Mm-hmm.
What did you roll?
My rolls are terrible.
What was I rolling?
History or arcana?
Oh. That's an 18.
Hey, there you go.
Which one were you doing?
Either one, the
Arcana?
same.
Yeah, but it matters what the result is.
Okay, Arcana then.
Arcana. While you're looking at the murals, I mean, again, these were probably marvelous in their day. Very much faded. A lot of the symbols are faded beyond recognition. But you do discern what would have been at the time magical warding symbols that were woven into the murals themselves, traces of ancient protective magic. Long faded, no longer there, not active anymore. But you do notice them. Gabba, as you're taking it all in, what would you have rolled, history or arcana?
It was also arcana, just because of her little bit of training, but she only got a 13 for that, so not much more, more than what Luka.
You didn't notice them.
Yep.
You just noticed again these are magnificent. You're piecing together that this room would have been sort of like where knights may have come to pay tribute or say a prayer before going off to battle, where maybe they were brought in and honored with a special service if they have done something special for the order, and so on. Now you, however, Suyvs, are at the Diaz, or the Diaz there. Let me bring something up so I can just double check what's going on.
So you're talking like a raised platform, that's right?
Yes, it's a slightly raised, like 2 steps up, raised platform, and then that door is up on the platform. You can make me a perception or an investigation roll.
You said investigation or what? What was the other one?
Or perception check.
Or perception. Guess I should have done the other one, but that's okay. Investigation or perception. Oh, we'll do investigation.
Okay.
That will be a 22.
Nice.
You're kind of searching, and you do find at the base of the dais there's a hidden compartment that opens up, and there's a sealed scroll case in it. There's a scroll case inside.
She'll very delicately pull that out. Probably
Mhm.
like pulling her sleeve over her hand and pull it out.
Okay. All right. You open it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's 2 pieces of parchment inside. One, you kind of open it up. It looks a little newer than the other. It seems to be a bit of a map fragment for another level of the dungeon.
That'd be helpful.
The other older parchment you pull out is a scroll of lesser restoration.
Ooh, very nice.
Very helpful.
So Luka would come over to the dais to see what she found.
Okay. Well, as you're
Can
doing
you
that,
use that, Suyvs? You'd ask when she sees the scroll of lesser
doing
restoration.
that, and I'm gonna figure out where this dude is. Dude. I need something here. Where'd he go?
Can Suyvs use it?
I think anyone can use a scroll, can't they?
Yep,
Scroll of
anybody can read the
No, it
scroll.
has to be on your spell list.
There are some rules.
To use a scroll?
Yeah, there are some rules
Yeah,
that allow
the
rolling.
spell I'm pretty sure has to be. Oh yeah, it has to be on
Yeah,
your
I
spell
thought
list.
if you're actually casting a spell from your list, I thought you had, but I thought just anybody could use a scroll. I mean, I may be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, just give me a minute, guys.
Yeah, no, take your time. It is very possible that I am incorrect.
Yeah, the way I understood it, you could not use a scroll unless it was something that was possible for your class to learn.
I did not know that.
Yeah, generally, what some DMs do is if it is on your spell list and you can cast it, a high enough level to cast it, you can cast it automatically. Those who are not high enough level to cast it, if it's on their spell list, or if it's not on their spell list, they have to make some sort of roll to see if they cast it successfully or not.
That's fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
That
that's
makes more
true.
sense. Yeah, because you wouldn't just be able to read it and be like, oh, I know how to do this. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And of course, I must
Oh.
have triggered something.
Somebody joined us.
So as you
Well, there
pull out
was
the
a
scroll-
lingering presence.
A friend.
Yeah, all of a sudden that you all notice that lingering presence that you've all felt when you come in here seems to now kind of you get like the hairs on the back of your neck unless Suyvs, you see him directly, and now you do as well, Luka, because you're looking directly at him. There's this ghostly Blackthorn knight that it kind of materializes and manifests and go, what are you doing here?
Hello, we are friends. Many, many years has passed since Blackthorn Keep has had
Didn't ask
anybody
that.
in it.
He snaps back at you. I didn't ask that.
Wow.
What are you doing here?
We are looking for information.
On what?
I'm looking for treasure.
What happened here at Blackthorn Keep? Why is this here? What was it for?
Make me a persuasion check, Luka.
Might be bad men here too, because Chase bad guys here.
Yeah, we cleaned out the uppers levels of bad guys that were using this as their...
Can I attempt to very stealthily load my crossbow just so that it's ready?
Yep.
I rolled.
Doesn't seem to be paying much attention to you, Red, to be honest with you.
4.
I was thinking the
That
same
makes
kind
us
of thing, but I'm right in front of
17.
him, so I'm not going to risk it.
Sorry, what was that, Luka?
A 17 persuasion.
17?
Yes.
He seems to, his demeanor, if a ghost can have a demeanor, seems to calm slightly. Just kind of tilting his head and looking at you, and then looking beyond you, looking at Suyvs directly in front of him, glancing past Gabba and over to Red. This ghostly knight just seems to drop his guard a little bit. Because, well, I don't really know what happened here. I remember being in the chamber. I remember receiving, and he raises his arm to his chest, and you can see what looks like a faded, ghostly medal or medallion. He says, I received this in honor of service. And then someone attacked me from behind.
Oh
That's the
no!
worst place to
All
be
that I remember.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well,
I have
we
an
want to make
odd
sure there's
question.
none of that evil still holding around here that would have caused this. So we want to stop it and get rid of it.
You're kind of talking to him, and he's starting to fade a little bit again, and you're hearing these faint whispering sounds starting to materialize from the murals. They're coming.
I don't like this.
The murals are whispering.
He just kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, there is evil lurking here.
That's
What kind of evil?
Please get rid of it." And he vanishes.
Try.
Wait, hey, that was rude. I was asking him a question.
Ask him something below.
As he does,
Sorry, just a ghost.
Clang. Suyvs, at your feet is a spectral longsword.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool. Kind of glances back at Gabba since what happened the last time we found a longsword. Looks at it.
It's a longsword +1 that does an additional 1d4 necrotic damage against undead creatures.
She will. So I think what she'll do is, again, I think because she's just a little bit on the paranoid side, pulls her sleeve over her hand and picks up the ethereal the weapon. Bring me back if something goes wrong.
And again, as you're doing all this, you guys all hear that faint whispering sound. That's just, and even as you're moving around back in the back there, Red, you're still looking at the murals. You're looking at what happened up ahead. You've got your crossbow out, and you're hearing the whispering coming from the knights in the murals.
Can I put my ear up to the wall to hear if I can hear it better?
You put your ear to the wall.
Yeah, just like like how you like.
You can. You don't really hear any words.
That's fair.
Nothing's making sense to you. Okay. Make me an Arcana check, though.
Oh, good. I'm sure that'll be fine.
You can still make the check.
Luka reaches down to her thigh with her left hand and
that's actually a natural 20. Holy cow!
Hey,
for a 19.
Okay, so you got a 19. Luka, what were you doing with your?
Reach down to her thigh and pulls out her dagger into her left hand, and her right hand is clutched around her crystal focus. She's ready.
What you put with the ear to it, you feel it's not really a hearing, it's a feeling. It overtakes you. You start to feel relaxed. You start to feel protected.
I think this is a safe room, guys.
And as he says that, you all start to feel that.
Yeah.
You start to feel that this is like a safe zone.
We could build a home here.
But the ghost said there was evil here. Something's wrong.
Yeah, can I try to resist that, and just in case?
Maybe he meant like in the next room here.
It's
here as in like a general.
Even though you're trying to resist a Suyvs, there's nothing. You find that there's nothing actually to resist. You find that this room is a safe haven. It's been almost like it's now just got like this protective barrier around it.
Yeah,
just the room,
a safe zone.
Not the keep or anything else. Just the room.
Yeah, that specific room.
The good thing we didn't attack.
Maybe a good place to come back to rest.
Maybe.
I think that was a good idea. Sorry, I'm being very silly.
Also, can anyone else use a longsword? Because I cannot.
No. I'm not carrying it.
Oh, not fine.
I don't really know how to use a longsword, so it's kind of useless for me. Actually, that's not true. I know how to it's not true at all. I know exactly how to use a longsword. I'm fabulous with a longsword.
Sure you are. I don't believe you.
I can see this little 3-foot construct with this longsword.
You guys do know that a blade like this would be worth money.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yes. We want to take
Yeah,
it home. I
look at
just
it.
don't know if
So
we carry
pretty.
it with us on our adventures. It's going to be kind of big.
Yeah.
Maybe leave it here and come back for it on the way back.
Hey, Gabba, can you
Gabba can
wield two
carry.
long swords?
Gabba will go and grab it and add it to our other sword.
Like, I was gonna ask you, can you dual wield them? Because then you got 2 long swords going.
Hey.
Yeah, she's got. I don't think she could do wield though.
I don't think so. You have to have a special feat to be able to do anything
I
that's
think
not
so.
simple.
But she can carry it through the group.
Simple. I think it is. Or no,
She's
light.
got
It
this
has to be
huge
light.
long sword taller than her poking out of her, her head.
Drags along the
So
ground.
you got the door that's right here, right where he was, and he disappeared. Pretty much. Is that the door you're looking at now, or are you going to go up to the other door?
Well, Suyvs is right there, so I think she'll head to that one. Did you guys figure out the murals, or do I need to look at it too?
They're pretty and they're painted.
They seem
That's
to
all I got.
depict the history. There was some protective magic woven in. That's maybe why the room feels so safe. But I thought that was long.
You look back at
Not
the
good.
murals, and you're looking at them now, Suyvs, and you're looking at them, Luka. That protective magic that you thought was long faded, there's a little glimmer of it left. That's where that humming is coming from. Whether it was activated by the night, or whether it just activated because of something else you did, you're not sure.
Okay.
But that's what's active in the room now.
Okay.
So what are you doing at the door, Suyvs?
You know what? I think she's gonna poke it.
It looks just like a normal door. It's got a handle on it.
Yeah, but I think she's like
Try the
taking
handle
something
first.
besides her hand and poking it just to make sure it's safe because she doesn't like vines.
It's a wooden door. All
right. All right. Who wants to try and go through the door? You know I don't like going through the doors first.
I tried going through the last. Well, no, I didn't try going through the last door. I tried walking down a hall. Never mind.
I would say check it for traps, but we already know how that went last time.
I can.
You
Okay.
could.
If you'd like to, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll come over and I'll just give it a good once over. Just make sure that we're not going to explode.
All right, make an investigation check. With and of course, add your proficiency bonus.
I'm not good at that. Investigation, you said?
Yep.
That's what I don't get. It's like we always expect the rogues to be really good at it, but it's not like a natural thing for rogues.
Investigation is intelligence, and red is not smart. It's a 12.
Exactly. Usually rogues are like wisdom based, not intel based.
It looks fine. It looks more fine than the hallway looked.
Okay.
Yeah, you're pretty confident it's not trapped.
I'll take a step back though.
Okay. Luka will reach out and try the door.
Okay,
So
so
Luka
Luka
steps in and she reaches out, turn the handle, you open the door. There's a room inside.
See, I told you it wasn't trapped.
Another room.
It is a small stone antechamber. It's about 10 feet across and about 25 feet wide. The walls here are smooth, worn by time, and devoid of decoration, save for the faint etchings of an old sigil above the archway that leads south on the other side of the door. Let me just see if I can move that map up a little bit. There we go.
Oh.
So there's a room there. So
Curious
there's an archway on the
question.
other, right directly across from you.
Oh, we actually put the way that you numbered it.
A thin layer of dust covers the floor, undisturbed by any recent passage. There is a lingering chill in the air, unnatural in its stillness, and flickering of your torchlight barely reaches the far corners as if the room itself seeks to swallow the light. At the southern end, that open stone archway leads deeper into the ruins and beyond. Only a dark corridor stretches ahead on the other side, its depths obscured by shadows.
This room is suspicious.
Luka hands the torch back to Suyvs or whoever's behind her and moves through the door into the room.
Suyvs will hold the torch.
Something I was thinking and I can't remember what it was.
Quick question. Is there any blood on the dais where the
No.
ghost stood? Okay.
Not that you see now, but at this point, there are stains on it, but you can't tell if it's blood or not.
Mm-hmm.
It could very well be several spots of blood, but it could be anything. It's really it's really faded.
Why waving?
So Luka's now
who's
in
going
room
into the room?
5. Yeah.
Oh, she went in.
Luka's in. Yeah, she went in.
Luka's in?
Yep.
Okay, so basically in this room, as I mentioned, the only thing you're really noticing is the fact that there's that chilling stillness, and there's that ancient sigil above the door.
That's what I wanted to ask. What does the sigil look like? Like,
are you getting a closer look?
Yes.
Do you need help?
Oh.
Can I get a closer look without going in the room?
So you can stay in the doorway, maybe.
Pretty
Get a
dark
closer
there.
Look. Is that okay?
Yeah. You can make me history or arcana check.
That's why she was like, "You want me to help?"
I would love that.
I'll help. If you want to get it, either I can roll and you can give me a
You know what? It's better if you guys roll because I have a -1 to both of those. So I will get out of the way.
I'll do it because I have a +5.
I'm really not good at looking at these things. Does anybody else know more about this than I do? Literally anyone?
I do. All right.
I'll take a step back and get out of the way so that somebody else can
she'll
take
get
it because
close
I'm
enough that
not
she can
experienced
actually
with this
look
kind of
at
stuff at all.
That is a 23.
Hey, there you go.
Arcana or history?
Arcana.
You detect faint remnants of protective magic.
Okay, so that was okay.
There's protection.
It is probably got the protection for the room that we are or currently are at number 4. I mean, obviously that's not good.
It could be, or it could be protecting something coming up.
Or something
Gabba,
beyond.
Yeah, like beyond. Yeah, that's what I meant.
My thought was that it was kind of like stopping something from going in.
It could be that, or it could be stopping something from coming out too, or it could be something else. Can I gauge at all, like any more about it, or just that?
Oh, you can make a history check. Or someone else can do a history check on it.
I can
do
try
a
to do a
history check. She's right there.
Okay, go ahead.
Gabba,
I only have a +3 in that one.
Oh, Gabba, what?
oh, she would just kind of raise her hand to see if there's any barrier in front of the open archway or not.
16.
Okay, so you're... Wait a second. Gabba, you're down here checking. You're waving your hand in the archway. And what did you roll, Luka?
16.
You recognize the sigil as it belonging to the Knights of Blackthorn. And you can tell by the actual sigil, the way it was written, the way it's designed, that it's an order devoted to hunting the unnatural.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
You do not, at this point, Gabba, feel like there's a barrier there. It's just a dark corridor.
Can Suyvs look behind Luka at the doorway we've gone through? You know what I mean? Like, we went through from north to south. I want to look at the look
so
south.
You're looking
and look
above
at
the door. You're just coming in.
Yeah, to kind of see if it's related to this room, room 5.
There's no markings above that door.
No marking. Okay. I thought maybe if there was a sigil on both of them, that maybe it was this room. All right.
Nope. What are you guys doing?
If I pace around the wall perimeter, do I see anything unusual?
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well.
I was going to go to the corner
around the room and see if I can't figure out what that chilliness is.
Okay, so you are investigating the stillness of the room. Make me a perception check.
That I'm fairly decent at. Not really, actually.
24 perception for Luka.
But I am going to add a build for success, which allows me to roll a d4 to add to the roll. Because yay rogues. Or yay auto-gnome.
15 for Suyvs.
D4.
Okay, so Suyvs and Luka, you guys notice this.
13.
And you noticed it too, Red.
Hey,
Even
Red.
though there was that layer of dust on everything that made it look like this room had not been disturbed in a long, long time, and it hasn't been. But beneath a layer of the dust, you notice faint scuff marks on the floor, suggesting that someone or something passed through long ago. As in dragging marks, though.
Oh dear.
Interesting.
Do they?
Not long enough ago, like say the ghost, but like after that.
Probably after the ghost, but still a long
ago.
time ago.
Are we able to tell which direction the drags go in? Like, do they go up or down?
North to south. It's almost like it's either they were going either through this corridor,
Okay.
the dark corridor, or into this room, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been like you don't know whether or not they were dragging into the room or dragging out of the room. You're not.
That's fair. Okay, cool.
So, other question about the dragging: is it like people dragging their feet, or is it their footprints dragging another person?
No, it seems like something heavier. It's not like someone was just dragging their like a gimpy walk or something like that. No, it wasn't like that. It was something at least humanoid sized or bigger that was being dragged.
Oh dear.
Okay, thank you.
You guys do notice that as you've been here a while now and you're investigating, you're looking at things.
Mm-hmm.
You're just hearing those faint whispers from the other room, but they're slightly different, almost like warning not to stay here.
Whoa.
Ooh.
It's just something. It's just uneasy in this actual room.
So in a way, I kind of want to leave the room and listen to them, but in some ways, I kind of want to stay and deal with whatever is evil, if there's something evil. You know what I mean? I'm torn now.
Evil. You're not sensing a presence. You're just sensing those whispers and the humming, but in almost like the other room was like welcoming, saying, "Stay here and rest." This one's kind of saying, "Yeah, don't stay here and rest. Move on."
Okay.
I feel like we should keep on trucking.
I think we should too. I will take that as let's keep moving.
Yeah. Did the history check on the sigil?
Luka
did.
Did you share out loud what you discovered?
Yes, I said it's a Blackthorn Keep sigil of the guards of Blackthorn Keep, and particularly an order that was hunting down unnatural creatures.
Okay. The main reason I ask is this is a drive. Gabba, knowing what she does, and her focus is south down that hall. Is she'll activate detect magic because she's now looking for the otherworldly, the corruption, the thing that needs to be cleansed. Exactly what she's trained for, but in a more natural setting. So
very cool.
She's on alert now.
You're moving down the hallway,
but not too far from the group.
Is anybody? Okay, is the group following along though?
I will. Yeah.
Yes. Once I've walked the perimeter of the walls in there, I'd come down through it.
Yep.
Get out of this room.
Okay, you get to this point. Let me see if I can kind of expose this. You get to this point, and you hear Gab as you got this detect magic going or whatever. You're looking for the unseen, the unknown, and whatever else. You feel something at your feet for a moment, and then as you look down, you see a tripwire.
Oh,
and
dear.
You guys can all make me except for Suyvs because you're not in the hallway. You guys can make me dexterity saving throws.
Did she trip it?
Luke, yeah. Gabba tripped it.
Oh.
I'm gonna die, guys.
16.
Do you think I stay in the back, especially because she's a sorcerer? She's not that chunky.
You got 16, Luka. Red.
11.
Okay, you did not dodge.
Nope.
And Gabba.
Well, I tried a different die and I got a nat 1.
Oh no!
You didn't make it either.
Yeah, apparently it doesn't matter which dice I roll tonight. They're all going to be bad, so. I've gone through like 3 different sets already.
Red, 7 points of damage, piercing, and a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's not great.
And Gabba, 4.
That's really not great.
Gabba, 6 points of damage and a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, that's not horrible.
Okay.
15 for my Constitution.
You needed.
Saving throw.
I am hurting, guys.
Mm-hmm. And I am not a healer.
Sorry, what'd you make in your Constitution?
15.
Okay, you saved in your Constitution.
Ooh, thank God for that.
And Gabba, how did you do in your Constitution?
21.
You
Hey,
saved.
there you go. Yeah, I am going to die soon, guys. This is not good.
You're not.
You can feel the poison in the darts, but you're not affected by it.
Oh, thank you for letting us know what happened.
Ow.
Yeah, the darts flew out from behind you, Luka, as you were following along, and you kind of heard something, and just instinctively you kind of moved to the side, and the darts went past you. 3 darts hit Red, and 3 darts hit Gabba in the front.
She would gesture back to Suyvs. Halt! We've tripped a trap.
So Gabba,
Okay.
So,
Gabba kind of hears Red wince, and she'll turn around, kind of see where the dart hit Red, and it's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And
No, that's cool.
she'll pull the dart out, she'll lick her hand, and slap him with the spit, and she'll go, healing spit, and she will, if it works, heal him for 10 points of healing.
Oh, thank God. I will take it gladly.
It
Thank
works.
you, sir.
Am I hearing what I think I'm hearing? He's
Oh,
around the
Feeling
corner.
better?
Like, did I?
Much, your spit is strangely comforting. Is that weird?
No. I think like her ears kind of pull back a little bit. She's got little dragon ears, and she's like, "That doesn't sound right."
It doesn't, but it feels right. So
It worked.
it did work. Thank you, Gabba.
And you get the rest of the way down the corridor, and it opens into a much larger room.
Oh my!
Wow, that's
This is
big.
a much larger room.
I need to see if I can. Yeah.
Oh! I don't like this room.
Emerging from the dark corridor, Gabba, you step into this massive stone chamber. It's about 35 feet wide by maybe 35 feet long as well. It's actually a square room, even though it looks rectangular in the picture. my map stretched. Its vaulted ceilings rising high overhead. The air is thick with dust and the scent of old decay. Tall stone columns rise with intricate reliefs of armored warriors carved directly into the columns, and they support the ceiling. Their surface is cracked and worn by time. Faint torch sconces line the walls, long extinguished, leaving only the flickering glow of your own light to chase away the oppressive darkness. Rows of stone sarcophagi dominate the room, arranged in careful symmetry. Some remain sealed, their engravings depicting the honored dead. Others lie broken, their lids shattered, their remains inside disturbed or missing entirely. There's a sense of unease that fills the air, as if unseen eyes watch your every move.
this looks like it was maybe their like a cemetery, but a mausoleum. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the word. Oh, this is a scary room.
Yeah, it looks a little bit creepy.
Scary.
As I
in that
said,
a lot
some
of
of the
times.
sarcophagi are still sealed, some are broken.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to disturb any of the sarcophagi. She understands and respects the idea of not disturbing bodies after they've been interred, I guess, whether it's in a mausoleum like this or underground. But how many pillars are there?
There's about 6 on each side.
So, marching, at whatever points we'd imagine would hold up the ceiling. 3 and 3.
Yeah, they just look like they're carved into the reliefs of knights, and that are holding the ceiling up. You had detect magic up, correct, Gabba?
Yes.
You are detecting magic in the room. To be exact, necrotic magic.
Is there any exits out of this room, or is this just like a dead end room?
It's a dead end room.
She'll take a step inside and kind of look around. I mean,
okay. I want to go over to the pillars and look at them.
Okay, so you're stepping inside. Luka, you're heading towards one of the pillars. Red, what are you doing?
The thief inside Red really wants to see what's in those sarcophagi, so I'm going to go over to one and kind of very closely inspect it to make sure that it's not trapped. I think you're muted, Suyvs.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Suyvs is staying in the doorway at the moment, kind of peeking her head in, but she's kind of nervous because it's a dead end room and it's really big. And this seems
okay. As you guys have stepped into the room, the sound of something shifting in the darkness ahead echoes through the cave. Oh. You don't know where it came from, but there's something moved in here. You're looking at
there's something in here.
You're looking at the pillars, Lucas. You're about here. You're looking at one of the pillars. It's a massive pillar, and the stonework on it is incredible because it was the top of its hand carved into like the semblance of one of the knights that are holding up the ceiling. It's just a beautiful piece.
I'm imagining I'm at one of the middle pillars. Okay.
So you've gone a little bit further.
Well, yeah, kind of somewhat in the middle. Okay. Maybe the closest to us middle.
Oh, you're saying like downwards? Like in the middle of the room? Yeah.
Okay, and you're over at a sarcophagi, Red?
Yeah, I'm like feeling it for traps or if there's any like
make me a religion or arcana check, please. Are you okay? Before you do that, are you looking at a sealed one or a shattered one?
Sealed one.
Okay. Yes, religion or arcana.
I'm amazing in both of those.
Deacon, is there any protuberances on the carvings on that pillar, like one of the creatures
like
is
a
holding
lever or something?
Like one of the creatures is holding a scepter with an orb, stone orb or something like that?
Nothing like that.
Anything that kind of pokes out a little bit?
Nope.
That's okay.
With
I was wondering
-1 to religion. Sorry, go on.
I could cast light on the pillar on one of the carvings is what I was asking for.
Okay, well, you can carve it on just a top portion of the pillar, maybe one of the hands or whatever, and light radiates into the room.
Nice.
Kind of, they're still casting shadows now, but off into the corners, more so than anything else. So it's just giving off like a real, probably even more eerie now that there's light and now there's defined shadows in certain spots by the pillars and the sarcophagus and the shattered crypts and so on. Yeah. So what was your role, Red, as you were looking at the sarcophagi?
Well, I have a -1 in religion, but I rolled a 19, so it's an 18.
You identified the sealed crypt. This is a burial site for a warrior who swore oath to protect the keep from ancient evil.
Interesting.
But it doesn't look trapped or anything like that. There's no.
It doesn't. You're not. Doesn't really look like it.
Do we see him doing this?
You see him examining the sarcophagus, the sealed one. He hasn't tried to open it or anything like that yet. He's just
yeah.
What do you see? She asks him.
I think it's like a. I think it's like a grave thing for a knight, and it's
Well, of course it is. It's a sarcophagus.
Wow.
Gabba perception.
What I
check,
got?
Please.
What's up?
Just Gabba perception check, please.
Yeah, I'll try to. I mean, I'm sure it's probably going to be very, very difficult, but I'll try to push off the lid.
Okay.
No, don't open it. She says. I said we
So
weren't
Gabba, what did you roll?
14.
14. Yeah, you perceive this all right. Those again, you're picking it up. It's almost like the same hums and whispers and sounds that you're hearing, barely audible voices from the past, speaking in an ancient tongue that you again doesn't make any sense to you, but it seems to be whispers forming disjointed prayers and warnings. Now you hear this. You manage to, you pop open one of the sarcophagus.
Before I look inside, I'm going to look over at Luka and say, hey, so wait, are we supposed to be stealing stuff from these places?
Not from the Knights of the Blackthorn Keep. We're supposed to be making sure there's nothing really evil down here. Thought. If we happen to find something that they wouldn't use or that's not desecrating a tome, then maybe we can take it.
I'm just looking inside.
So did you lift the lid and look at Luka, or how you did this?
Yeah.
I did say I opened it.
Okay, so you've lifted the lid, and then you look back at Luka, and then as the moment you have this interaction with her, and then you look back to the sarcophagus, the weight of the lid in your hands gets much, much lighter all of a sudden.
Hey, this is really easy, guys. Oh, no. I just couldn't have opened that. I'm sorry.
What does Luka see?
What you see, and you definitely know these are not like the ghosts you've seen earlier. You see these dark, once proud knights that were guards of the crypt against intruders. They now look like their minds have been clouded by undeath. You have 3 awakened Blackthorn revenants that you have disturbed and opened up.
Oh no!
You see, I told you not to disturb their rest. Says Luka.
Can I very, very carefully close the lid? I'm so sorry.
It's kind of been like you had the lid up like this. You're holding it, and it kind of took the lid and went. Phoom,
pushing from the inside.
Well, that was them. I mean, I didn't open it. They opened it themselves.
At this point, however, I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Yeah, that's fair.
Luka would like to try to reason with them.
Sorry.
Luka would try to reason with them that we're here to help protect too, but she also knows that you can't really reason with a revenant, and that's what she.
Yeah, he said their minds were clouded. So
that's what these are.
Yeah, you're getting that evil undead feeling.
Yeah, okay.
I promise I won't do anything silly like that anymore.
That's okay. We're here to stop the evil, and this is one of them.
I was like, well, treasure. I mean, he's stealing your character very well. So it wouldn't make sense for me not to do that. But
I will say,
you're playing your character. It's fine.
This is standing. I will say that he will tell Luka there's somebody behind her.
We got this.
Yeah, because you're looking, Luka, you're looking the opposite direction. You don't notice the one behind you as of yet until she.
That's why Suyvs is pointing it out. Yep.
Okay. So, Luka, what's your initiative?
I rolled 11, so that's a 14.
14. Okay,
Yes.
Gabba.
13.
Nice. Suyvs.
I got a 10.
Wow. 17.
You're top of the round.
Not a very high initiative, thankfully. Okay. I don't like this guy. He's scary. What do I do? I can't do sneak attack because nobody's within 5 feet. I don't know. Surprise. Unless.
You could disengage with your bonus action and run over to Lucas.
No. I'm going to use steady aim as a bonus action.
Yeah, you could do that.
And that gives me advantage
remember when
on
you're
my
doing
next
steady
attack
aim,
roll.
you don't want it right next
But
to you.
that means I can't move, but I'm not going to move anyways. Pardon me. Yeah, I'll use steady aim.
Okay.
So that I have advantage
Not next to
on
you,
that
though.
attack. One second, please. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to do, what the heck is it called? Steady aim. I can't move on my turn, but that's fine. And I will attack with my short sword.
Okay.
Use it on that? I thought it would be ranged.
Oh, wow, those are both really bad rolls. 14 to hit?
14 does not hit.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Actually, you know what? He's still in the sarcophagus. You get to roll with advantage.
That was with advantage.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Okay, what can I say? That is what it is.
Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn, unfortunately.
Luka, you're up.
Okay, so Suyvs says there's one behind me, so I whirl around. Is he right there?
Yeah. He's like right next to you.
Okay. Then, holding her Shadowbane dagger in her left hand, she would strike with it.
Okay, so you turn and strike at the revenant behind you.
Yes.
Okay, make me a roll.
$24.
Hits.
Okay, so Shadowbane dagger at 1d4 radiant damage, I believe. Let me double check. 2 undead. So let me roll the. I gotta hold it right. So that's 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
And as she does that, she's brandishing this with booming blade cantrip.
Nice.
Okay.
So now if he moves, he'll trigger the more.
Can't hear you.
If he moves, he'll trigger more damage.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, and that would be Gabba. You're up.
All right. Let me. So, I guess she'll see these things, and the first thing she'll see, because she's looking kind of in Red's direction, and she'll be like, "Ridiculous! Look out!" And she starts running diagonally down 2 squares. She rages. Her skin becomes scaly. She's got a little lizard-like tail that kind of draws out. And with the newly acquired spectral sword, she'll take a swing at the one to her east. Because I don't think she sees the sarcophagus one yet. So she'll swing the spectral sword at that one.
This one?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
If if I roll that, that is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And so that is D8 plus 3. That's a D6. That's 11 slashing, and you said it did extra damage to undead, maybe?
Yeah, 1d4 to necrotic to undead.
All right, so I'll roll that, and that is a 4.
Nice.
So 11 and 4 is 15 points of damage.
Go back to sleep! And that'll end her turn.
Okay, and that takes it to Suyvs.
She'll stay right in that doorway, and she'll aim at whichever one's the easiest angle. Because I don't know if I can hit Reds because of the angle that it's at. Probably Luka's is probably what I'll aim for.
Yeah, you can get Luka. You could actually get probably get all of them if you position.
Okay, I wasn't sure because that corner, I wasn't sure if it cut the spell off.
Pretty close.
So
Yeah, you'll be able to get all of them.
Okay. Yeah, because she's gonna use that doorway to protect herself as much as possible.
You're a wizard.
My sorcerer first, and I'm gonna aim at the one by Luka. And I rolled for it. It's a dirty 20 to hit.
Hits.
And I choose fire, and that is 4 fire damage.
4 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's my favorite element. That's what it'll do.
I forgot that at 5th level that the booming blade melee attack would have dealt an extra 1d8 thunder damage.
Okay, roll a d8.
Sweet.
So that would have been 8. I rolled an 8. 8 more damage.
Nice.
So 8 more damage. Nice.
You want me to roll 8s on this spell because if I get 8s on this spell, I get to do it again.
So after Suyvs goes, they will take their action. And what they are going to do is each one. This guy gets out of his sarcophagus, takes half of his movement to get out. This one gets out of his sarcophagus. This one gets out of his sarcophagus. So he's moved, Luke. You said he takes extra damage if he moves.
Yes, if he moves more than 5 feet, he will take 2d8 more thunder damage.
Okay, he's only moved the 5 foot. He just got out of his sarcophagus. And
so
with that,
what you disengage and back up to make him move.
You see the one that you're facing, whichever one it is that you've been kind of dealing with. You see them rise up with a great sword above their head and swing at you.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Deacon?
Good
It does say that if the target willingly moves 5 feet or more.
Oh, then that's not more.
Okay, well then he rolled that extra damage for him.
Okay. That's 12 points.
It's gonna hurt.
As the booming blade goes off.
Oh dear.
She's them in
Booming
booming
blade's
energy.
pretty nice. I like booming blade better because
Okay,
you don't have to wait for them to move.
Luka, I hate to do this to you. The sword came down with a nat 20.
Oh no.
Plus 6, which is 26 to hit.
Oh, well, that would hit, yes.
Yeah. And it's double the die damage, so that's 14 plus 4. 18.
Oh no.
So 18 slashing damage and 5 necrotic damage.
Ow. Are you still up?
The one on red. Oh, fuck me. Pardon my language, everybody.
No.
Yeah, 26. Not 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Shit, man. Okay, well, you're lucky on that one. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Am I though?
That's 4. So that's 2 points. Double that is 4 plus 4 is 8 and 2. So 8 points of slashing and 2 points of necrotic.
That's not bad.
I rolled double ones for my initial damage on the nat 20. I'm like, Jesus, they got the 2 nat 20s in a row and then all these ones. The one on you, Gabba. One on Gabba probably misses as it rolls a 10.
Yep.
It's a hit. So you got
Well, I
missed.
mean, she does have some sort of healing, so it's probably a good thing, right?
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't use that. Okay. Anyway, with that,
No, there was something
we will
wrong
go to
with
the
this
top of the round. Actually, we'll go to Red.
Okie doke. Well, I'll try again. Steady aim and advantage and blah blah blah. Unless this poor son of a. No, that's much better. Do 21 to hit with my crossbow
Yes.
this time.
Hit.
21 to hit with the crossbow. So let's see here. That is 1d6. I should have a dice ready, but I don't. That's good. So 9 piercing damage. And I will sneak attack because I have advantage. 9 plus 6, so 15 piercing.
15
That's
piercing. Nice.
Okay. Bonus action. Okay, yeah, that's my turn, unfortunately.
Okay. That brings us down to Luka. Gabba, you're on deck.
Luka would use a few of her healing pool die to heal up a little bit.
Okay, so you are using healing magic?
Yes. Would you believe I have rolled 3 6s? I cannot believe this. I rolled 3 6s.
For the healing?
Yes.
Okay, so that 18 becomes a 9.
Oh, because of the
you cast that magic, that healing magic, and you feel it in your hands, and all of a sudden you just feel the dark necrotic energy of the room shrinking it.
Oh dear.
Future note: all healing magic while in this chamber is halved.
Oh damn.
Ooh, that's nasty.
We picked the wrong room, y'all.
No kidding.
Well, it's one of the main rooms of this level.
Okay, so that was a bonus action.
Yep, that's fine.
So
still
I
got
still
9
have
points, right?
Yeah, I still healed 9 points. So as my action, I'm going to go ahead and cast Armor of Agathis over myself.
Nice.
Good idea.
Okay. So you
She
cast
realizes these are pretty
armor on
fun
yourself.
facts.
That's good. That's your action. And now we go to Gabba. You're up.
Just another sword swing. It's like, go away! Swing. And that is going to be... Oh, 22 to hit.
You hit.
So that is going to be... I do both of those. 9 slashing and then 3 extra for the spectral sword.
So 12 in total.
That's it. Just one attack. And a growl.
Okay. Suyvs, you're up.
Gabba, aren't you level 5? I thought you got a second attack at level 5. I could be wrong, but
well, I'm barbarian druid. I don't number one, I'm not level 5 on either. And number 2, I still only have one.
Yeah. I forgot that you mixed it. You're right. Yep.
He's a multi-class.
Yeah. Okay, so seeing that, I feel like Luka's the most in danger because she took the most damage at this very moment. So I'm going to continue to attack hers. I think. I'm not sure. Well, no, she healed herself. So actually, Red would probably be more in
that's
danger.
a good thing to attack it because I've damaged it quite a bit. Maybe we can get it down.
True.
They've all been damaged at
so
least
it might
once.
be better to aim for yours because if he does go down, you might be able to heal him. So actually, it might be best to go after hers. So I'm going to go after hers.
Okay.
Did I notice the fire help at all? Did it help at all, or
no? Didn't make a difference.
All right. So just for the funsies, we're going to swap it up. We're going to do the same thing. Well, it doesn't really matter because I accidentally rolled a nat 1. Never mind.
All right.
I will say I did roll the damage if you need it, and I do
You're
know
out.
what the element was before I got that one. So
Oops. Miss.
okay, good.
What
didn't hit
sorry, what
Luka.
was that?
I've had him as a DM make me hit my partner, so or my ally, so I was ready.
What was the spell?
It was my sorcerer's burst, where I can choose which element it is.
Oh dear. And it wasn't that one, eh?
Oh dear.
Yes, it was.
What's the damage?
We gonna die,
It's
y'all.
5.
5?
Yeah.
Luke could take 5 points of damage.
Sorry, Luka.
Why?
That one.
Because I
Yes, he hit-
accidentally hit
He
you.
hit you.
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not used to playing where that one would actually cause.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
it
if
does.
you are right beside the intended target, and that's the way at least I do it, and a few DMs will do it, is if you are right beside the intended target and the person rolls a nat 1, they hit you instead.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, but
Yeah.
it's the joys of
Sorry,
firing range
Luka.
into combat.
I should not have reminded him.
And that was your
I'm too
turn,
much
and
of a
now it's
DM
on their
myself.
turn. Once again, their swords come up, except this time, something ancient in them, the magic for when they were actually still knights, activates.
Interesting.
Blackthorn's Oath. Any undead creatures are nearby, they get advantage.
Awesome.
And of course, they are all undead with each other.
Oh no. Oh.
Now, they did activate that, so they can't do the other one yet. So, Luka, it is a dirty 20 to hit.
They're trying to hit me.
Yep.
Oh, what it? I'm sorry. While we're in real life battle, I have a attack cat on me here.
10 slashing and 4 necrotic.
You did have your armor
let's see.
out to get this, but I don't know if it helped or not.
If it was a dirty 20, I think he still hit.
They will
Yeah, I
take
think so.
15 cold damage for hitting me.
15 cold damage.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. All right, that was the one on you. The one on Gabba. That one's probably going to hit you, Gabba. That's a 19 to hit.
Reaction, tail swipe. Her tail swings around to try to deflect the oncoming attack. So her armor class has gone from 17 to 24.
So it misses you.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Your tail whacks away the sword blow.
That
That's
is a
crazy.
big change in AC. That is nice.
That's
I rolled
crazy.
near max
24
on
to
that.
hit red.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's do
Well, I'm dead.
4 plus 4 is 8. 8 slashing and 1 necrotic.
I'm down.
Okay.
We will call this episode Red Dead Redemption.
Seriously. Very cool.
That's cool. Actually, that's a good one.
He's good at that.
There's my token. Okay, just momentarily you are down.
Son of a.
Which means basically you are at 0 and you have 1 exhaustion level. And that is the end of their turn. So with that, we will go to the top of the round, which was Red. Now it's Luka. Actually, Red, you need to make a death save.
Oh, sure.
I can't help him either. I do have the
10?
10 makes it. So you're fine. You're still at 0, and you're fine. You don't get worse.
That's all right.
And that takes us now to Luka.
Oh,
Of course, you don't know that Red is down because you're busy engaged. In
I'm
this other
sorry.
dude.
I would like a repeat of when he hit me and took the cold damage back of how much damage he did to Luka.
Oh, shoot. I don't remember how much I did to Luka.
10 total, if I remember correctly.
I think it was it was around 10, 9 or 10.
Because I think it was 8 and then 2.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
it. It was 8 slashing.
That sounds right.
All right. So, what do I see?
He's pretty. It looks like he's pretty. He's taking a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
There's one left that's taking a lot of damage.
Well, no, the only one that you're focusing on that you can really see.
Yeah.
It's the one right in front of you, and it looks like he's taking a lot of damage.
Okay. I'm going to use dissonant whispers. So he must make a wisdom saving throw.
$21.
Oh.
It's got a +4 to wisdom.
All right, so they take half as much damage as half.
Okay, so what's the damage?
3d6.
I can't hear you.
I was saying it's very hard to hear you right now.
That's 15 points of damage.
15?
So half of that.
So he only takes 15 points of damage? Or he only takes 7 points of damage?
7 points of damage.
Okay, so he's still up.
Dang. Can I still... No. That's an action. Let me see, just a second. That's an action, so...
Yeah, do you have a bonus action that you can do?
I'm checking. You know I do. I can Misty Step away from that dude.
Hey, there you go.
Which direction?
Probably wise. I will go 15 feet to the right of Gabba if there's not a pillar right there.
You can go. That's where you are.
Okay.
So you moved away. All right. So that takes us to Gabba. You're up.
Gonna do another swing. Red!
Ready?
That is a 25 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Get him.
I'm using in honor of Luka, I'm using D&D Beyond's unicorn dice.
Nice.
Oh, that's cute.
8 points of slashing and 3 points of extra from the sword.
8, 3, so 11 points of damage.
And her tail resets, ready to knock away the next attack that might hit her.
Okay.
And
so
that's it. She's holding the ground, standing next to Red, defending him, just growling.
Red's dead.
And Suyvs.
Red's dead.
So I rolled forward ahead of time. And I rolled a 21 to hit, the one that was originally by Luka.
Yep.
And she'll say as she's doing, it's like, thank you for moving, just in case. And another 4 damage, but this time it's electricity.
Okay.
Nice.
It disappears, fades away, or crumbles into dust or whatever, back onto the.
Again, I figured it would be better to do that one because no one's near it, and
which one did
the other guys to get surrounded when they already have the other ones.
Which one did you get?
The one you were
telling
you.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, and now it brings it to me. He's down, and Red's down. So you're in the doorway, Suyvs. This guy is going to move up. to attack.
Go it! Nobody wants you. Go it!
We don't take this kind of thing here. No. You go.
I'm
you go
pretty
now.
sure he hit you with a 24.
Ow! Yes.
No.
Oh dear. 13 slashing.
Oh dear.
And 5 necrotic.
I don't like these guys.
Okay, and Gabba. Oh shit. Well, it might not hit actually. An 18 to hit.
Oh, tail swipe. So that goes from 17 to 22.
So it misses. You swack it away again.
That is so
And
cool.
that takes us to the top of the round, which is Red making another death save.
19.
Okay, so you do not get worse. You are still at 1 exhaustion and at 0 hit points.
I'm still kicking, guys.
Okay, and then that takes us to Luka. What are you doing?
Eldritch blasting the one above Gabba.
Okay.
So Eldritch blast.
Can we go back to the safe room?
2. Yes, I think we should. We should get rid of these guys. So that is a 14 to hit.
14 to hit. That is a miss.
Dang. Second one, nat 20.
Nice.
Yay. So that's a 27 to hit. That would be that'd be 8 points.
8 points of damage. It's still up. Okay.
Okay.
And that's you, and that takes us now to Gabba.
Gabba's going to take a risk.
Yep.
She is going to drop her rage, so her tail disappears. She's going to again lick her palm and slather it on Red's face and say, "Get up! Get up!" And she'll cast Cure Wounds again. And this time,
I love the best way of doing
another 10 points of healing.
Oh, thank God. Thank you.
I love her way of healing. It's so funny.
So you are up, Red. You are now conscious with 10 points. However, you still have 1 level of exhaustion. You feel tired.
Yeah, that's fair.
You saw darkness and a light at the end of a tunnel.
How do I add exhaustion?
But you just couldn't reach. You didn't reach the light. You were brought back.
Yeah.
You just feel so tired.
If you're on a D&D Beyond, it's on the top right corner area.
Yeah, I got it. There you
Yeah,
go.
conditions. And that's all she can do. So she'll.
Yeah.
Okay. And Suyvs, you're up.
Well,
now
apparently I really
20.
don't like my space invaded, which makes sense for her. I rolled a nat 20.
Hey, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So I also got lucky and got an 8. So I got to roll again. So altogether, 16 damage, and I'm going to make it cold.
What's the lucky?
Okay. All right. He just took a big chunk of damage, but he's still standing.
Let's me roll again, yeah.
And that's the end of your turn, and that takes it to me. After taking that cold damage, Suyvs, this guy is going to drop his particular aura that was giving him advantage, and he is going to activate his Vengeful Strike.
Oh, no.
Ah.
That doesn't
Which will
sound
give
fun.
Additional damage if he hits you. And that is a 21 to hit.
Please.
Ow. That hits.
Okay, so fuck, you got lucky there. 3 plus 4 slashing. So 7 slashing. And 7 necrotic.
Good God.
Gets an extra
I'm
D6
down.
necrotic damage.
I'm
So you're
down.
down?
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh dear.
What am I doing up close?
This is why I don't like.
Take
And
this
like she's
off.
like about to say, "This is why I don't like my personal space invaded," and then she goes down.
Well, wizards are not notoriously known for being the
Nope.
tank of the group.
And she's not a wizard, but she is a sorcerer, and that's just about as bad.
Yeah, same type of thing.
No.
Top of the round, Red. Actually, wait, I didn't take an attack on Gabba.
Hey, you did.
You did. I did the tail swipe.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Then I dropped
I
it.
thought you healed. Did you not
Oh,
heal
okay.
Red?
Well, if he attacks that since then, yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
Yeah, because this is after that. And that was, as I said, 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Better me than Red,
I
so
thought you-
Gabba's okay with that.
Oh, because your tail
Yeah.
drops down. Okay.
Yep.
8 slashing and 1 necrotic.
Okay. Okay.
And that's the end of their turn. And now, Red, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm going to bonus action disengage. And go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can I move 2 spaces to the right of the dead one at the top?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I will crossbow attack. Actually, yeah. I'll crossbow attack, the one on top of Gabba. So I should get sneak attack if I hit.
Good idea.
Let's see here. Oh God. Actually, that might hit. 17 hit.
17 hits.
Thank God. Okay, so let's do this first. So I suppose. Ooh, that's good damage. 9 piercing, and then I'll roll for the sneak attack. That's not bad. So an extra 6, so 15 piercing altogether.
15 piercing. Okay.
Yay!
Okay. So that's Red, and now we're at Luka.
What just happened?
I killed one.
Oh,
There's one basically now standing over Suyvs' dead body.
I heard you go yay, but I didn't know what for because I didn't hear anything.
Sorry. I'm spicy tonight.
So, did I miss something like that cut out on the volume, or I didn't
No.
hear him say that one went down?
Apparently,
one
yeah.
went down. The one
Oh,
that
weird.
Red just took out the one that was attacking Gabba.
Yep.
Okay,
So the last one
great.
is by me.
So I'll Eldritch Blast the one by Suyvs.
Okay.
Two volts. 2 rays. Another nat 20. Woohoo!
Nice.
Oh, go, Luka! You're saving me.
And that is going to be. Again, what's more? Oh, that's an 8. That's 9 points of damage on that one. And then my second ray is 22.
It hits.
Oh, wait. You know what? It was a nat 20. I got to roll double damage on that.
Yep.
Yeah, you double your die roll, your initial die roll.
True.
So that would have been 10 plus 4. So that would have been 14 damage on that damage for that first one. And then for the second one, I didn't roll the damage yet, did I? Yeah, I did. I rolled an 8 plus 4. That's 12 damage for the second
12
one.
damage. Still up.
Mhm.
Oh,
Wow. I
man.
did
These are chunky guys, man.
14 and 12, and he's still up. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
revenants are not fun.
They have
Yeah,
60 hit points.
Revenants are nasty undead. They're
Yeah,
one of the
they're-
ones.
Yeah, just so you know, there's 60 hit points each.
Jeez.
Ow.
Maybe. Yeah, I kind of figure they'd be up there.
This is the main room.
Yep.
No, that's there.
Again, I kind of had a feeling. Why do you think Suyvs did not want to walk in this room? I kind of figured it was a big room.
Thankfully to Gabba, who's been my savior for the night.
I know, right? Go Gabba.
Okay, so that was Luka. Now we're on to Gabba. Gabba, you're up.
Oh, we lost Luka.
Only one left.
Sure, Gabba will rage again, bring out her tail, another rage, and just because she sees Suyvs down, and she'll run to the other one, and just bad, and swing her sword at it again.
Okay.
Why? Weren't you still in rage?
No, she had to drop it to do the healing spell for me.
Oh, she had to drop it for that. Oh,
I
that's
cannot
I
cast
forgot about
spells while raging, so I had to
right,
drop the
right.
rage
I forgot
to
that you
heal.
dropped it.
That
Okay,
makes
got it.
sense. But yeah.
So,
It does.
but that is that's a 15 to hit,
Just hits.
and that is 10 slashing and 2 extra. It's weird. The sword doesn't do necrotic, does it? I mean, it's 2 extra against undead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, Suyvs, the next action is actually yours. Can you make me a death save before anybody gets?
Yes, I did. I did roll for that. I did succeed. I got a 19.
Okay.
Good.
Nice.
All right. So, who's bringing Suyvs back?
Luka
They're all
still
gone.
has some. They're all gone. Luka still has some healing pool, but she'd drag out of the room and into the hallway so that she could heal her up properly.
So you're dragging her out a little bit out of the room. She was never really in the room. She was in the doorway. So
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. So we'll go around the corner a bit. So I'm sure that
roll
she
your
gets healed.
healing.
Second page.
I will do 2. That's 7 points.
Thank you.
Okay, so you come back with 7, Suyvs, but you have 1 level of exhaustion. You're tired.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you look around the empty room, and that necrotic aura seems to have vanished. It's gone. Red, giving the room a once-over because you see now these open sarcophagus. You do see inside each one of the open sarcophagi is a pendant.
Sorry, there was a what now?
There's a golden pendant
Ooh.
inside each of the. So there's 3 of them in total.
Okay, cool.
One in each sarcophagi that's been opened, and there is 1 sarcophagi, the one that's up in your area that was open, that was behind Luka originally.
Mhm.
There is a Blackthorn Knight sword. This one is a little different than the other 2. It's not a spectral sword.
Okay.
This is an honored sword. It's a +1 longsword. It does 1d6 radiant damage versus undead. And once per day, you can invoke the spirit of a fallen knight and gain advantage on your next melee attack.
I will take it.
Can you repeat that, please?
Absolutely. Thanks, sir. It's a longsword?
Yeah, well, Luka's going to write it down.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a longsword +1. It's an honored Blackthorn Knight sword.
Sweet.
It deals an additional 1d6 radiant damage against undead.
Okay.
And once per day, or once per long rest, the wielder can call on the spirit of a fallen knight to gain advantage on their next melee attack.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay, and that's all you find in this particular room. Once you can check over everything else and even pop the lids on the other sarcophagi, it's just there are skeletal remains of knights in there and nothing more of intrinsic value. Those knights pendants, there were 3 pendants in total. They're each worth 30 gold pieces.
Sweet.
Just the historical value.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone
3 gold
okay?
pieces each.
You guys staying in this room, or are you going back to that safe room?
No, we're not okay. We need to go rest. We should go back to that safe room.
I could groans.
Yeah, maybe going back and resting for a bit is a good idea. Ow! Thank you, Gabba.
Careful,
Thank you,
danger is
Luka.
here.
Yeah,
That's an understatement.
Yeah, and that's why we don't open sarcophagus.
yeah.
Undead are in them.
Yeah.
Suyvs is done with people in her
You forget
personal space, so
Elmo.
she goes in the corner.
That's
But
what
at
you
the
built.
same time, we had to clear the room of that evil, so.
Yeah.
And with that, we are going to end tonight's dungeon crawl.
It's cool.
Uh-huh.
At room 6.
Like those guys.
Like those guys and subscribe to those guys.
Hit the bell.